Coming at you live from DNHQ, beautiful South Pasadena, California. This is the Blue Heaven Podcast. I think I pushed the button just a hair too late. What is going on, Dodgers Nation? My name is Clint. You can find me as Real FRG on Twitter and Instagram.
The unfortunate part is that they did not get to hear you say coming at you live twice.
It's
not often that you get to come twice.
That fast?
Yeah, we're here quick, guys. What's up, guys? My name is Brooke. You can find me at BrookeB3 on Twitter and Instagram. Gary, I'm very sorry. On today's show, guys, still waiting on baseball. We're also going to talk about how many games we'll actually see in 2022 as the two sides try to figure their freaking lives out.
Is that pontificating? Is that prognosticating? What is that?
Pornographic.
I'm just going to put YouTube on in the background, see what happens. I should probably mute it. Oh, it's making noises. We have some Dodgers updates, what little we can get around with or get by with these days. We're going to talk about them. Our podcast audio exclusive thing that's happening today, so you guys got to make sure you subscribe over there and hear us talk about us picking only two Dodger Stadium favorites that we can go with, I think, for the rest of our lives. Is it micheladas? Is it beers? Is it Dodger dogs? Find out on the podcast-only version of this show that you can find on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, Pandora, everywhere your podcasts are available for free. We live there, and we are happy boys there. Also, do subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button. You'll be glad you did. It really helps out the channel.
That's very good, Doug. That's a very good Doug right there. I like
really
that. Guys, don't forget this is the live stream. We do this every Monday throughout the entire season, and sometimes more often than that, but every Monday regardless, and we'll be here. So make sure you jump into the chat. Let us know where you're repping Dodgers Nation tonight. Santiago is first. Roach is last, apparently, so it's a really good start. Frank over on Facebook says, chill, they'll go to New York, play their negotiating game, and there will be baseball in May. Somewhere there will be, for sure.
Baseball.
There will be baseball somewhere for sure. Christian says it's Modelo time. Christian, it is always Modelo time.
It is Modelo time. By the way, producer Eric is here in the flesh. There he is, right there. We got a new in his corner cam going, and he's going to be, producing. He's going to be finding some good hot comments from you guys in case we miss them because we're drinking. But how you feeling today, Eric?
Doing great. Happy to be here. Thank you all so much.
Thanks for letting us in your house. We appreciate you.
No problem.
All right, back to us.
We'll keep it clean.
Well, we got Roach stealing your lines here. We appreciate that. Josh Gitt talking about what we all know what MLB is doing. They're doing what they do every time when it comes to this kind of stuff, and they are being like, "Oh, I didn't know that." They're just being dumb.
That was really good impersonation.
You know how things become things. We'll talk more about that.
The courtship on ABC or NBC.
I don't know what's going on. I guess I could just put us on back there because why not? It's that much better.
I like to see myself twice.
Swag Daddy McGee saying, you guys excited for the fall? Boob just gave us. What's the latest on Boob Watch? That might be I've
been on Boob Watch my whole life.
That might be the wrong podcast. I don't really know here. Dodgers Nation is live. That much I do know. I should probably retweet us happening. But everything that MLB is trying to do right now is just make the players look bad because usually all of the crap talking goes towards the league from fans because the league is the one that made a lockout happen that is still not necessarily negotiating in good faith. They're trying to, as according to our friend of the show, Ross Stripling, trying to sneak in things at the 11th hour in these negotiations, trying to, quote, take advantage of dumb baseball players.
They're so bad that they made Ross Stripling cuss.
He's such a nice boy.
He's such a nice boy.
I mean, we've heard him curse.
I've heard him many times, over beers, but yeah.
But still,
cursing.
As they say, irregardless.
No one says that.
But here are your latest lockout updates since the last time we did this on a Monday. Of course, we did go live. We did post a podcast after games were canceled by Manfred, which apparently now is kind of, I don't know, sort of another false flag. I don't know how to say these things.
Flag.
Is that a thing? I don't know.
What's a false flag?
Just shut up and go with it. All right.
I don't know what that means.
When they canceled games, they're like, we can't ever make these games up. And then today they're talking about the potential of being able to still play a 162 game season. And now there's a whole new fancy deadline instituted and laid out there by Major League Baseball saying that Tuesday is the final day to be able to play 162 games, then what the hell was last week?
False flags.
Thank you. That's where we're at right now. So what are the
thing? You just made that up. That's not real.
Shut up, all right? Nobody likes you. You're adopted.
Woo!
We got Heyman happening here with the money and the tweets and things. What are the holdups? The competitive balance tax remains a holdup, which is sort of is acted as a salary cap for especially the last 5 years. It's acted as an MLB salary cap, and a lot of the poor teams don't want it to go higher because then they have to spend more, but it also takes away that sweet, sweet revenue sharing from teams like the Dodgers or your favorite team, the San Diego Padres. That is one of the big holdups.
Thanks
CBT.
for the attention, boys.
I love you getting famous again amongst San Diego. Like, you are a known commodity.
Yeah, man. I talked a lot of trash on them, then went down to their city, drank all their beer, and watched Garth Brooks. So,
living the dream?
Living the dream. Yeah, I ran into a guy at the beer stand. I was like, "Aren't you the Dodgers guy who talks all that trash?" And I was like, "Probably." I don't know.
No, that guy has a mullet.
Yeah, he did have a mullet.
I'm a different guy. Different breed.
Should have buried my mullet, huh?
Did you keep it? Did they give you that option?
They offered me to keep it, yeah.
You just left it on the floor.
I wasn't going to keep my own hair.
Why not? You could have sold that to people. That could have been our first Patreon
It's
tier.
not a good look if someone comes into your place and finds a bag of hair. It very much looks like you have ulterior motives.
Or alternatively, it's a great thing because then those people know you mean business.
My friend's mom used to keep her teeth, like baby teeth.
Moving on.
What kind of weird parent shit do you guys do?
The other holdup is the 14-team, 12-team playoff thing. The MLBPA has gone on to say that they would accept 14 teams with other certain concessions. The other way around. MLB it seems like they're just right there. MLB has said, oh yeah, if we do 14 teams, we'll give you a little more here. But then they're secretly taking other things and just throwing shit at them, like Stripling said, What are the holdups? Also, poor teams. Like I already said, poor teams are a big problem in this.
The Angels.
Like the Angels. I love Artie Moreno getting dragged because he just wants to spend just enough to make it seem like he's trying, and that's about it.
I hate Artie. Artie's the worst, man.
And Artie's
garbage.
Isn't he like
and he's getting sued?
Isn't he like a criminal now too because of that?
There's all sorts of things going on. He's getting sued by the city. He's getting sued by the Skaggs family. Like everything's all bad for that guy.
Rest in peace, Tyler Skaggs. Rest in peace, Mike Trout's career. Last Monday night, as we are seeing again tonight, it looks like live as we're doing this.
The stupidest thing I've ever read in my life.
Huh.
Ichigo says, "I'm with the owners. Y'all don't have to pay the players if they don't want to play." That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, some people.
Who do you want to watch? Scabs? Do you want to watch minor leaguers play all day? That's not a product. No one's watching that.
Us. I mean, I wouldn't even honestly watch us play.
It would be more entertaining for me to watch us play than it would to be to watch a bunch of like random non-40 roster minor leaguers play. No offense to those non-40 roster minor leaguers, but that's just not really entertaining to me. I'd rather watch college baseball. At least they got metal bats and cool mustaches.
Catch me at the Quakes game, fam. Last Monday night, again, as we're seeing already happening tonight, was wild. In a way, it was so weird to see everybody, or honestly, it was nice to see everybody kind of bandy together and have something to root for as we were in parking lot watch with Boob Nightingale and whoever else. Not Jeff Passan. Don't disturb Jeff Passan with nothings.
He's not gonna like it.
But again, it turned out to be another smoke and mirrors show. Once again, MLB trying to make the players and the MLBPA the bad guys in this, which they are not. At this point, we're getting closer to being like, all right, somebody just stop pissing and let's start playing baseball. But
I got good news for you.
Yeah.
Mr. Crushgut says, I would pay to watch Clint's cakes flapping in the wind. That makes a lot of people.
It's a personal foul right there. That is your DFA'd right there. Yeah.
Rod's going to more UT Longhorns baseball games in Austin until Major League Baseball returns. UT games are fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. The owners being shady. That's what they do best. We hate the owners. I miss baseball. I would like to go and pay them for micheladas, but I'm not a michelada guy, but spoiler.
Roach says he'd watch me work at Hollister.
Oh,
Is that not the weirdest insult you've ever heard?
Yeah, I heard we're Hollister employees now.
Yeah, he's like a couple Hollister-looking employees. And
I was
like,
this weekend.
I don't understand what the insult was exactly, but tell your mom to come in. I'll give her a store discount. Like, I don't know. What do you want from me?
That was just a button I saw.
I didn't understand it. I've never been called that in my life. Very confusing. I think you won.
The more of a head tilt you get, the more of a you get out of a tweet. I guess.
How do you argue back? How do you argue back with something that doesn't make any sense?
Is that like the modern equivalent of your mother rides a vacuum cleaner?
I don't know what that means. Do you? How old are you? Does it
Yes.
look like I work at Hollister? I feel
Yes.
like mustaches aren't allowed there.
Yes.
Like you have to wear a schmedium
Yeah. They don't come
and wear a
in.
lot of Axe body spray. Mm-hmm. I don't know how it works.
Welcome back to Hollister Talk. I don't know what these people sound like, but once again, Rob Manfred is persona non grata. He is the most hated man in baseball, and should be a fairly decently hated man. Maybe like a top 50 hated person in all the world. I mean, there's a lot of bad people in the world. Have you met this guy Brooke?
Yeah,
I met this guy Brooke. He's pretty shitty.
Yeah,
literally, Rob Manfred is persona non grata in Kalamazoo, where they're not an independent team, but they're like some college summer league team, whatever. They kicked him out. They banned him for life, which I love. I think that's delicious. Rob Manfred is not allowed to attend any Kalamazoo. What were they called? I just wrote the article today. Living the dream, baby. But
do you work here?
Give me baseball. Anyways, he's banned. I would like to officially and formally state right now on this show that I am banning Rob Manfred for life, forever, watching a Netflix and chill co-ed softball team game.
You're really missing out, Robbie.
Yeah.
Some good talent. You're missing out on there.
Banned. Robert, you're banned.
Have you ever seen a team put up 20 runs in an inning and then give up 21 runs in an inning? Because we got that under our belt.
Who the hell scored 20 runs? Like, come on now, guy. Come on now. So for a third straight year, though, fans, can't watch baseball on time or in the right way, in some way, shape, or form. You also can't forget about the ballpark workers that are getting screwed over. Spring training people come from out of state to come work at these ballparks during spring training in Arizona, and I assume Florida, provided they don't they're paid in bath salts or something like that. The only reason I brought that part of it up, besides bath salts, is I loved
Bath salts.
I had to quit. I loved the MLBPA being like, yeah, we're going to establish a $1 million fund to help these displaced stadium workers. And then MLB was like, oh, yeah, us too. We totally were going to do that. I promise. MLB pretending once again. Eric, we got any hot comments out there?
Ryan O'Ryan Montez says it was the Kalamazoo Larks. I just did some internet research. It was the Kalamazoo Growlers and the Bismarck Larks.
Yes.
Banned.
I was almost going to say
but
Larks.
Ryan O'Ryan, appreciate you trying to help us out here.
Is
with
the
some internet
Growlers like
research.
the things that you put beer in at breweries?
Also a band that got canceled, but that's a different story.
When you say they
Is
got
that what
canceled,
their mascot is, though?
Oh, I think it's
like a bear.
a Oscar the
bear.
Grouch.
it's like a bear.
That's a different thing that he just said right
I thought
now.
it was like two eyes in a trash can. Is that not it?
I love trash.
There are not two eyes.
I mean, you
in
wrote
trash
the
can.
article. I was driving down here. I apologize.
I don't work here.
Roach says minor league baseball season. Let's go 66ers. I prefer the 69ers, but that's just my opinion on those things. I've been to a 66ers game. I got out alive. So you know, Roach.
JD's third says $1 million fund averages $166 for their employee. PR stunt. Yeah, 1,000% PR stunt. Everything right now is PR.
I could use $166.
Hey, somebody super chat Brooke right now.
166.
Please don't. I will feel bad if somebody super chats us $166.
I will not.
You did get your haircut for $1.99 though. So what else
Courtesy
will
of
Brooke
Perez
do?
for a lot less money.
What else will Brooke do for $1.99?
$20 is $20. You know what I mean, guys?
You got any more comments over there, Kimosabi?
The least divisive thing I've heard tonight is from Santiago Venegas. Got to get some tasty IPA in my growler. Gentlemen, your go-to beer style for a growler, and not Mexican lagers. That does not count.
Why does that not count?
Like
That's all we drink.
like a real beer.
What is a real beer?
Calm
down there, elitist.
I actually very much enjoy a solid hazy.
There you go.
Good on hazies.
See? Thank you for participating in my question.
You're welcome.
Brooke.
I understood.
Yeah.
Growlers, I prefer Mexican lager. But,
growlers are work and effort. I am not a growler guy.
He likes a Sailor Jerry and Coke.
Well, the thing with the growlers, you're kind of like, as soon as you open it, I mean, you're on the time, you're on the clock.
You're on the clock.
Like
yeah.
it's a commitment.
And then you just
Your
have this
team
nasty,
is on the clock.
And then you have this nasty glass just taking up space. And then you're like, oh, I'm gonna go fill it up. You're never gonna go fill it up. I mean, people do, like people who wear old man pants and walking running shoes or.
I used to have an extensive glass growler collection. I no longer have it.
I could see that. Well, you had to downsize to move.
Well, yeah, but like to your point, you don't use them. Now the canned growlers, the crowlers, very useful. But anyway,
Lynn Brown would go Sierra Nevada.
Nando would go double hazy.
This is where
not the one that works for the Padres.
Just a half gallon of double hazy. That goes down easy.
I've been in worse places.
Just like your mom.
Woo!
Thank you. Not your mom. We've established that Eric's mom is a nice lady.
Your mom's a nice lady.
But that was producer Eric Kim. Eric's going to be trolling the comments throughout the night as we get some good stuff. Hopefully good stuff from you people. But we're deadlocked.
What do you mean, you people?
According to sources around the baseball. They are deadlocked. They have nowhere to go in these negotiations. Both sides have given their best and final offers, allegedly. Super chat. What do we got?
JD's third says MLPA needs new leadership and negotiators. Tony Clark accepted last CBA. What they've been doing the past few decades, they are at fault too. And that's a great point. That's what SD Dodger Tim, our man Tim, just said. He said, I don't know why the players keep him around. I don't know why.
Eric
Same reason NBA players kept around Derek Fisher for so long, because Derek Fisher took a real bad deal.
Eric and I were talking about that earlier too. It's like all the crap that that Tony Clark quote fought for. In the last one, it was all just like creature comforts, like an extra spot on the bus, or what was the other thing they had?
Additional off days, I think was.
Oh yeah, the extra off days. Which now, if they're trying to still get a 162 game season in, they're going to be using these additional off days to fill in with potential doubleheaders and potential whatever extra games. So. Yeah, Tony Clark sucks. Rob Manfred is worse.
Dave Stauffer, bring in arbitrators for God's sake. How do you guys feel about bringing in federal mediation?
I would prefer it to be me.
You're wrong. You're wrong. Kiss.
A growler of hazy just slammed down on the table.
Double hazy.
Yeah. I mean, actually bring in a thing of moonshine and be like, whoever passes out first loses, and you guys have to succumb to whatever they want in the new CBA. That's the rule. Drinking competition. How about that? Who's going to pass that?
Tina on YouTube says Manfred thinks the players are weak, and let's add the owners think the players are weak and won't stay together. He's counting on it, and that's been very noted. The players are stronger than ever right now.
That's one side of this that I wanted to kind of touch on a little bit. So you hear
Wait, you know baseball?
In years past, no, I'm a Lakers guy. In years past, these kind of things, these labor negotiations have kind of been more behind the scenes. You haven't heard as much. This is the most public it's ever been.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is the first time we've had this fight in like a very social media age.
And we've seen this since like 2022. This
exactly
public argument.
So this stage is probably the first one where you get to know which ownership, which teams vote down certain things, certain parts of deals. So in this particular instance, does it not reflect poorly on an organization to vote down these sort of things? You know, if you're talking about going to the Angels and realizing that they don't want to spend money, they don't want to make things better for players, they don't want to make things better for minor leaguers, as a player, does that not kind of talk you out of signing with that team during free agency? Because it would talk me out of it. I'd be like, look, I got two teams that want to sign me. I know the Angels voted against that thing during negotiations. Like, why would I want to sign with that team? Artie's really putting himself in a position now. He is not going to get the top free agents anymore because of this. There's a real good chance that if there are other teams in on that guy, they're going to be like Angels or Yankees. Yankees. I'm going to the Yankees on this one.
Angels or Tampa Bay. Tampa don't spend money, allegedly, although apparently we're in talks with Freddie Freeman, which is absolute more bullshit. But no, you're right.
I mean, it's one of those things. It's so public now that it's like, doesn't this create... The other thing, too, is with the Dodgers specifically, because they're... there's not like a as direct relationship with ownership with the Dodgers because there is not one owner of the Dodgers.
It's like 19 now.
I think it kind of helps out in that sense because you obviously have a representative. You have a majority representative that you send to these ownership meetings. Don't necessarily know who it is. It's probably Stan. I don't really know who else they're going to send on those things.
It's going to be Stan.
But even then, we don't even know if that's 100% accurate right now. So in terms of these things, there's less of a full representation of the Dodgers organization as opposed to like single majority owners like Artie
Yeah, I
Moreno,
mean, you
like,
look at the teams.
Dick Manfred.
Who are the 4 teams that the Athletic outed?
The Angels, the Diamondbacks, the
Rockies. Because, of course, Dick Monfort's there. And Pirates, I'm assuming? No, the Tigers.
It was the Tigers.
And all of those, I know the Tigers and the Angels for sure, and the Rockies are single ownership group people. Dick Monfort, Chris Ilitch, who took over for the dead now Mike Ilitch, and
Rest in peace, Mike.
And Artie Moreno. There are all these one entity, ownership groups.
I miss Gene Autry.
Give me back the what do they call them, the Flying Hawaii?
I don't think that's what they call them.
Country Joe something or other. I got another question
Take
for you
me
too. Inspired by Roach. Roach also said, I think it was the Reds, but gun against your head, gun to your head. I don't know if against your head. It's like shh, just brushing up gently. Gun to your head. You have to sign with the Rockies or the Angels. What are you doing?
Rockies.
Better beer.
I'm a hitter.
Yeah, but you like you. I mean,
and there's better beer, and I don't want to play with Mickey Mouse.
Oh, but they're in LA now. Anyways, that was that.
Angels, thank you. Angels, Diamondbacks, Reds, Tigers were named in the Drellich report. And then Nando390 asked, who is worse, Robert Manfred or Frank McCourt?
Oh, that's a great question.
That's a heavyweight fight.
I think they should fight in the gulag. Personally.
Man. The best part is, Manfred took the Dodgers from Frank McCourt. So, does that make McCourt? I think that makes McCourt the worst. But McCourt was they going through an ugly divorce, and his old lady was cheating on him with his driver and shit. There was a whole bunch of weird crap going on over there. But Rob Manfred is robbing me of baseball right now, so he's the bad guy. Thank you. I hear the Angels have a really good parking lot, by the way. My friend JR Starlord says that all the time. He's like, I'm a fan of the Angels because they have a parking lot that's easy to get in and out of, and there's drinking across the street. I was like, okay, that's nothing to do with the team, but all right.
That's why I'm a fan of your guys' mom. Easy to get in and out of. You know what I mean? Hit the button. Hit the button.
This is Brooks' last show. Carnivorous Lunar Activity says, aren't Clinton Brook reading comments anymore? Are we?
I'll be honest with you. There's been no baseball for a while, so I've just been kind of glancing over stuff. But I still love you guys and appreciate you, and you should talk a lot of crap on me as much as you can in the comments because people love that.
Yeah, he's a big time
I'll read
coaster.
him.
He's a coaster.
Eric can read him.
Oh, my coaster's been used by my other drink. No real light at the end of the tunnel at the moment in this, or there is, depending on if you buy the bullshit being fed by Major League Baseball to people like easy to buy John Heyman or wide-eyed Bob Nightingale. These guys will eat it up and send it out there. Wait for Ken Rosenthal. Wait for Jeff Passan.
Only Jeff.
Jesse Rogers is somebody you can look at right now at the ESPN, but otherwise, don't get your hopes up until you see Jefe talking about this thing. That's my big thing. But again, there's a new deadline, which is tomorrow, Tuesday.
Santiago says, I bet if Brooks shaves his mustache, the CBA will be signed. I will never let this go.
$1.99.
Ideal.
Somebody super chat him. $1.99. Make it happen.
Not doing it.
The lawyers for both sides talked today. That's where we're at. They zoomed each other today.
All I want to do is zoom.
And a boom, boom. And the numbers changed a little bit. People, Roach with the slam here when you said it was going to be a 162-game season. According to the reports, it still can be. But reading off here, Evan Drellich, whatever you want to call him. MLB offered to start this competitive balance tax CBT at $228 million. So that is a raise from MLB, an $8 million raise, which, by the way, that is goddamn chump change for these teams. I digress. Going to $238 million by the end of the deal. The rest of the proposal, he says, is not yet known yet. Of course, the player side, MLBPA, wanted it to start at 238, go up to like 260 some odd or whatever for this. Effectively, it's a salary cap for these poor bastards, for all of us. And now there's a, quote, Tuesday deadline. I forgot who said this one, but in its eyes, according to Major League Baseball, Tuesday is a deadline for three things: to play 162 games, which, again, last week, Rob Manfred is like, while smiling, he's like, we don't get to play games anymore. And then I think he like bit an adorable puppy and kicked it. Oh. You know how he does that. And for players to get full pay and full service time. People, the quote insiders, they keep leaning on the fact that ownership really want players to feel the bite of missing a paycheck. And that's where this thing is at first. Until they miss their first paycheck, they're not going to consider agreeing to a new deal. We know, 125 games or something like that is the sort of threshold for these regional television big money deals that go to these teams, so the owners don't really feel the pain of missing 20 games in the season, even if it's a huge black eye for everyone in baseball. Manfred was being real fake tough about missing those games, yet here we are. We got a whole new deadline. They're like, I'm just kidding. I meant tomorrow. It's frustrating. It's annoying. I hate the man. But they seem to be getting closer. Whether or not that means anything until we get into opening day time, I don't know, honestly.
I fall very much into the camp of Doug, which is a good camp to be in, real loud. But it is one of those situations where it's like, we just don't really care anymore. Like, just let us know when games are going to be played and we'll start paying attention again. Baseball has lost the attention of a lot of people, as opposed to the last couple of years where we were kind of hanging on every word during negotiations, during trying to get baseball started back up. This year's been a little different. Definitely feels like one of those things where it's like, look, there are other sports. I'm going to watch other sports until you guys figure this out. Most people will be back. I know people like to talk big and they like to say, like, I'll never watch baseball ever again. I swear on my children. Like, things like that. Everybody comes back. Everybody always comes back. Anybody that doesn't is just a liar. You're always going to come back. It's your sport. Why do you think you're watching this podcast right now? Makes sense.
We all want baseball.
So, with that being said, I've very much been in that boat where I've read all of these things. I've seen the tweets. I've gone through them. And because I'm not necessarily covering baseball myself right now, I'm covering basketball's not up there. But basketball, it's one of those things where I'm just like, I don't really care right now. Like, I really just don't. Tell me when baseball's starting. Let me know when there's signs that baseball might be starting. And that should really tell you where they're at as a sport. They've lost a lot of people right now. There's a lot of people who are just like, I just don't care anymore. Like, I just don't really care what's going on right now. So I'm interested to see what the ratings look like this year compared to last year, because I think they've pissed off a lot of people. I really do. I don't know if anybody's going to stop watching necessarily, but I think they've pissed off a lot of people. And that's my take on that.
There it is. Couldn't find the button. Speaking of pissing people off, Kevin says your stash is uneven.
Oh yeah. So here's what happened. So I was with your mom the other night, and
wait for your mom joke.
When I had my face and I was just rubbing, and then I came down like that, and then when I moved my face up, it kind of just like
just cut away from the man.
Kind of just rubbed off.
I'm gonna enjoy watching Gary backhand you tomorrow. To be fun.
That's all right. Yeah, I deserve that one. Gary, you know what? There's no baseball to talk about. So Two Feathers says I'm never leaving MLB. That's what's up. See, I'll never leave either. I'll never leave. I love baseball. Baseball makes me happy.
So you were the man, as Roach alluded to earlier, you were the man who said we are playing a 162-game season. You lied. You're wrong. Maybe, according to this new fake deadline that MLB came up with. But how many games do you guys, we all here as a collective, think we're going to see in the year of our Lord 2022?
162.
Breaking
Yeah.
We're still going to see 162 games.
I'm still on it. I'm still
that
convinced
seems
about
pretty
it.
hypey.
I think the fact that it's like even an option right now that it's on the table is huge. Honestly, I do.
I mean, as of now, it's only 7 games. So absolutely, they can still make that up. They got to make up a lot of ground real quick to get anywhere with that. We posted the poll all around town on, I don't have Instagram numbers handy, but so far on our Twitter, Dodgers Nation Twitter, at Dodgers Nation, the majority vote, 37%. So people are pretty split. 37% of people say less than 100 games are going to be played. I understand where those people are coming from. The next up is 33%. Between 100 and 119, 120 plus games gets 29% of the vote there. Over on our YouTube community page, 41% of people think less than 100 games are going to be played this year.
Less than 100.
And again, right now, with the way these conversations are going, and the stalling and the time in between genuine talk, it took them how long to spend a week together, and then at the end of it, they still hated each other.
I've been there. I've been there.
Oh, man. Well, we got his. He says 162. What do you got for us over there, Eric? What do you think happens?
120.
120.
The exact line for the regional sports network contract to play out.
That's about what I was thinking. So I'm gonna go 125.
I would love to be wrong.
Yeah.
This is a good super chat. I like this one. From Kevin, dropped $5 in. Thank you, Kevin. It says, you guys are awesome. Also, your mom. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that.
Our
one,
mom,
man.
my
I've really made this mom thing into like a real.
How am I supposed to give my mom her cut of that $5?
How do we make a t-shirt, Blue Heaven t-shirt with your mom?
It's been a while since we've had good t-shirt people.
I need a new Blue Heaven t-shirt.
It's been a while.
For sure.
It's been a while. Any t-shirt people out there? Send us your mom's shirts.
You guys wear t-shirts?
So that's my thing. I'm saying 125 games. You got 120. 162 game over here from Bold Boy. So is that a name? Was that an insult? Effing wrecked.
Bold Boy sounds like a really bad 50s comic book character.
Watch out, Bold Boy.
Bold Boy.
You just
Gadzooks.
got to start talking about your favorite Simpsons lines now.
Simpsons reference. Of the other things, as we continue on, and I promise there's going to be some bit of Dodgers talk in this show today. New rules. Who dis? There are the rules thing that apparently have been agreed upon, and what's on the table now? Well, I like big bases, and I cannot lie. There's a pitch clock.
Okay.
And the shift will be banned, which elicited a good amount. I mean, all of these elicited a good amount of ire from all sides of the board. Especially, I mean, players were real pissed about this.
I really like the big bases.
What was that for again? Is that
Safety.
Is it safety or is it? I mean, when's the last time we had a Tim Hudson ankle incident?
Well, I mean, there's been a couple things. Like the Bryce Harper,
Cody Bellinger.
the Cody Bellinger.
I guess also Max Muncie in a way. But then you're still not going to get those assholes that aren't running inside the line like that. Whoever that guy was, I hope he has no more career.
Yeah, but I mean, if you can cut it
Jace
down
Peterson.
10%, cut collisions or injuries down 10%, that's a pretty big deal. I think that's what they anticipate, cutting it down 10%.
You're killing the game.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the real baseball purists are like, my bases were only this size when I was playing.
Look at them now.
Their veins popping out of their head.
Yeah.
The shift one's weird to me.
Yeah, the shift, I mean, that's something that's been a big point of emphasis for a while. It's like the shift is, quote, the shift is killing the game. Is it? Or is hitting very, very, very difficult? And pitching has gotten a lot better.
I don't know. They shifted on Ted Williams.
Hitting is hard. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Did they
it's
shift?
harder
Were
than
you
that.
there?
They did shift on Ted Williams.
you
Yeah,
there?
there's footage of them shifting on Teddy.
Pull it up right
And
now.
he just hit it over their heads.
I want to see that. Yeah. If he just crank one or...
Yeah, he was just a better baseball player than you guys.
What do you guys think about if you could only shift a limited number of times per game? Like you got 3 shifts per game. So there's actually some strategy involved.
I would like
to where
that
you
better
could
than
shift.
no shifts.
I think it's dumb also. Like, just leave it alone. Or, I mean, is it on the grass? Is that what it is? Or you can't be on the grass? Is that what the shift rule is? I'm assuming.
They're going to have designated buckets of where you can stand as a player. That's what it's going to end up being.
Mr. Bucket.
Mr. Bucket.
Buckets of fun.
Next to Bold Boy.
It's let's call it what it is. It is Major League Baseball trying to make baseball more exciting by creating more offense, because that's all they've wanted to do for the past couple of years.
Chicks dig the seeing eye single.
Everything that they've done over the past couple of years is to drive more offense, taking away the sticky stuff. That's a big part of it. That's a huge part of it.
I will say it is annoying to see a clean single up the middle get fielded by the shortstop there. That would be nice to get.
You don't want to see
away.
Machado in right field?
I do not want to see Manny Machado playing fucking rover.
He does play a great rover.
I got too many guys already. Maybe not having that short right field guy. If they're on the grass, it is what it is. I guess that is that buckets? Is that just keeping away from like one spot on the field? Like you can't have somebody up the middle, but you could load up two people on this side. Whatever it takes to give me some damn baseball back, I'm down. That's my retort to that. The big bases thing, I think, is also stupid. But it's also trying to force stealing again, maybe? I don't know. Was that a thing?
I don't know, man. Injuries.
The things that baseball focuses on that it thinks is the most important thing is just wildly dumb.
I hate everything.
Just like
Roach says bring back steroids. I think that's a good point.
Steroids,
metal bats and
baseball.
steroids. Yeah.
JD's third $2 super chat. If it's getting more money, why not improve skills and hit and bunt? Well, chicks don't dig the bunt either. And it's all about that sweet. Thank you.
Money. Yeah, that was a good idea.
Brian Gack says Lux. Thank you.
I don't know what that means.
I.E. Doyer says, by the way, big fan of I.E. Doyer over here. But says people hate the new rules. They can always watch cricket. They can. I don't get cricket. Like why are they?
The guy from It's Always Sunny.
Or the wireless company.
The wireless company.
Rickety Cricket. Yeah, I understood that reference.
Yeah. Or Jiminy.
Dodgers talk. Dave Vassay hosts Dodger Talk, and he had Max Muncie on last week. And that's what we're living on these days is whatever Manfred, whatever Vassay gives us, apparently. So thank you to our friend Dave Vassay with our partners over there at AM 570. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you follow them on the iHeartRadio app. But Dave Vassay had Max Muncie on his program last Friday, which is a prime day to have a guest on your program. It was on a Friday. Dave, thanks for all of us people that write content out of your stuff. But Max had some things to say, some takes on last Friday's edition of Dodger Talk. His elbow is doing well, which we already knew. He would smartly love to have Freddie Freeman on the Dodgers, which anybody in their right mind would assume. And he would love to play some second base. Give me your thoughts on that real quick. Go ahead.
Lexi said it feels like a Friday. It does not feel like a Friday to me. I mean, every day kind of feels like a Friday when you don't have a real job, I guess.
I mean, some of us have real jobs.
I don't even work here. Carnivorous Lunar Activity also says, when will D-Mac grow his stash? That's the next stage of the evolution of the team.
Stash
Everybody
boys.
else has one.
Some people.
Eric can grow his back like tomorrow if he wants to.
Yeah.
So.
I thought you were bringing it back.
I'm going to hold out until the season starts.
Thank you. I appreciate you letting me be the only white mustache guy.
Easy.
Yeah. I'm letting you keep the RB1 spot for now.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Until I get relegated.
Dodgers talk.
I'll be a goal line guy.
Max Muncie playing second base. He says he feels it's his favorite position. He feels he plays it better than any other position.
What's your favorite position? Mine's the one where she's...
listen. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try here, guys. We're gonna power through this together. Listen, I've always liked Max Muncie at second base. I think he makes some really good reads, and he even said as much. I think he makes some, for a gentleman of his stature, makes some pretty phenomenal looking ish plays at the position.
You mean Tyler White?
He's back from Korea now. He made some strides, and he was very, very good plus at first base this last season. But if you could add somebody of the ilk of Freddie Freeman and get him plugged in at first base, lock him in for justice, put on the board, and all of a sudden you have Max Muncie playing second base, and that means no Gavin Lux. Or like frees up Gavin Lux to be a utility type of dude with the DH gonna be in the thingy, in the rules.
I'm definitely gonna get in trouble for this show.
I'm trying here, guys. I'm trying to make this professional.
I appreciate you.
I mean, I never thought that I would be the one trying my damnedest to be the professional, but here we is.
Look, man, I've just been watching Lakers basketball for a while. I'm in a deep depressive state. But
yeah, they're pretty
check
bad.
out Two Feathers comment if you have some time on
I've
that.
seen it.
But yeah, I mean, that's something that we've talked about. You know what? You know what's interesting? Many moons ago,
You try to pull this out of your ass.
Yeah, many moons ago, when I told you that what the Dodgers were going to do this offseason was sign a starting pitcher at some point, depending on what happened with Trevor Bauer, but also move Max Muncie over to second base. Or if he's injured, obviously Chris Taylor takes over second base, and they end up signing a corner infielder, which it sounds like there's a real possibility of that actually happening. I would prefer Matt Chapman over Freddie Freeman, personally. We need a right-handed bat. We need a third baseman replacement because JT is old as crap.
Now all of a sudden you need a left-handed bat in the lineup, so a Freeman or trading for your boy Olsen, Matt Olsen, which is another guy you'd
Get
mentioned.
two Matts, a Matt Chapman and a Matt Olsen, and a Sean Manaea.
Partridge in a pear tree. And
That would take
Frankie
a lot.
Montas, get him back.
That would take a lot, yeah, for sure.
Just send him
whatever.
Gavin Lux.
That should sweeten the pot, right?
Just Lux. Let it happen.
He makes funny faces.
Big time funny.
Just
faces.
unblocked us. We should probably not go after him.
Brian, hey, Gavin, we love you.
This is not
Deeply.
This is not bad at all.
Deeply. Brian Gack says Max Money. Munny. You got any good comments over there worth anything, Eric? As I also scrub.
Nando390, have you guys checked out the new Lakers series on HBO?
This is Dodger show.
I don't know. Well, we talked about the Lakers briefly.
I know.
I have not watched it yet. No, I have not. Eric, did you watch it?
I have not, but I've heard great things.
Did you guys watch?
From my mom,
about the
who's a nice lady.
Did you
She's a
guys
nice lady.
watch our network's interview with Meta World Peace featuring Eric and Doug McCain on our Lakers 24/8 channel? Do subscribe over there.
You guys ever seen Meta World Peace drive a car?
I love.
And drive into a parking garage?
So obviously, if you guys didn't know, this guy over here has been doing a lot of Laker stuff during this long extended Dodgers offseason. So we have that. We've made a Lakers YouTube channel where you could also see some Doug, see some highlights, or let's be real, low lights of your Los Angeles Lakers this season because
Vegas.
I love old man Braun. I'm the greatest ever. And then, oh, my knee hurts. But give us some highlights over there, Kimo Savi, from your interview with Driving Meta.
Very excited about his NFT shoes, but the biggest takeaway was him not really committing that Anthony Davis is a great defender. Like asked him point blank. He didn't say he's not. He's overrated. He's like, I don't even watch him on defense, which tells me if you're a former defensive player of the year that you probably don't think very highly. I'm aggregating that, but you probably don't think very highly.
So you're speaking on behalf of Ron Artest right now. This
no.
is breaking.
No.
Lakers analyst declares.
I will say there was an employee of our company who thought we should crank out an article about Ron Artest says Anthony Davis sucks, and I was like, I don't think we should do that.
Well, that would be a bad title.
That would be a bad title.
Yeah,
but
it's not very
What do you think that was?
It's the very SEO.
it would get some clicks for sure.
But do check that out, guys.
Yeah, no, it was a great interview. Really interesting. I think it was about 27 minutes. So if you want to see into the mind of Meta World Peace, that's the place to do it.
Lakers 24/8 on YouTube. Do check it out. It's if you're on our YouTube channel right now, it's in our featured channels area. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was a plug.
Thanks for having me.
Dodgers signings happened. We're back into Dodgers talk, guys. Ty Kelly, he announced, like a lot of players this offseason, a lot of these minor league players, he announced his signing with the Los Angeles Dodgers on the Twitter, and he did it in a hilarious way because apparently he grew up as a Giants fan. He's like, hey, I've never liked the Giants. I've never tweeted anything about them. So anyways, he was like a
second baseman, third baseman, outfielder. I think he has like 118 games to his name in the majors. He's 33 years old. Seems like a nice guy. Pretty funny. Has a taco truck.
He has a
that
good
owns?
social media presence.
Yeah, he's not going to make
Can
it.
we get him on the show? He's a taco truck.
Yeah, he ain't going to be here.
He ain't gonna be here.
We are going to spring training. I mean, we could have gone to spring training. We could have met the guy. We could have ate his taco. Just teeing the man up right here. Hey guys, you know, all homeowners born before 1990 get this much money. This damn site has too many ads.
It's a good advertisement.
We signed a pitcher named Jose Adames, who is a gentleman who does pitching with, I believe, his right arm. You're never going to see him. And the big one, the wild one to me, and you, Mr. Former baseball man.
This dude has been...
Yeti Alvarez is back with the Dodgers somehow.
This MF and cockroach, dude. He just won't die.
It's the weirdest thing, man. I mean, they have suspended him. They have DFA'd him. They've done everything with. If you guys aren't overly familiar, Yeti Alvarez was a player, a Cuban board player that the Dodgers signed. I believe it was in 2015. They signed him to a pretty hefty deal. It was like a $16 million deal that came with double the penalty because of the international signing bonus and limitations in it. So anyways, Dodgers paid $32 million for this dude, and he was, I wouldn't say long time, but for a brief spurt was one of the Dodgers' top prospects. Throws hard, doesn't know where it's going.
Same.
I know where it's going. It's going into my body whenever you throw.
I thought the point was hitting the batter.
Yes. But Yeti Alvarez, who was DFA'd and released last year, is back with the Dodgers at Camelback Ranch. Uh-huh. And he's trying his damnedest again. It's wild. But whatever, he figures it out. I mean, that's a good addition, I guess. Question mark.
Well, look,
we can go see him at OKC, baby.
Let's just be honest about it. There's no way this guy's ever just going to suddenly figure it out. There's no way. That just doesn't happen.
Hey.
That doesn't happen with anybody.
No
one just figures it out.
Don't you...
you think Zach Lee's going to figure it out?
With the Rockies? At Coors Field? Hell yeah, let's go.
At least he'll get good beer.
And the same time, the Dodgers are going to play a 162-game season. Look, anything is possible.
Lakers are down 8.
That's what they do. They're a really bad team.
Yeah, I know.
I've already been through this. I saw the Karl Malone and
When's
Gary
the last
Payton
time you
era.
watched basketball?
January 26, 1986. Last time Bears won the Super Bowl.
I love your Lakers timestamp is from like 18 years ago.
No, I'm not saying that's the only time I've seen it.
Yeah, that's my point. Is like, what are we talking about here?
I'm talking about them signing a bunch of
There's been a lot of really bad Lakers teams.
A lot of really old ass veterans.
Did you watch the Lonzo Ball Lakers?
Was he an old ass signed veteran?
No, it was worse because they were young.
I know, but I'm just saying that getting a group of old men to try to work together does not work unless it's a golf club
or a softball.
Renee brings up a good point. He says nobody just figures it out. Didn't Chris Taylor figure it out? Same with Max Muncy. Yeah, but the difference was those guys were working with the Dodgers in a much shorter period of time. Yadier Alvarez has been around for a freaking hot minute.
Yeah, but now we got
only the Dodgers.
We got
That's
Connor.
the point.
We got Connor McGinnis. We got Mark Pryor now.
None of those guys are working with that guy.
We got Rob Hill. Who else are they going to work with right now? There are no big leaguers to work with.
Carson Fulmer.
I forgot Carson Fulmer's there. Yeah, Carson Fulmer.
Former big leaguer.
Former Vanderbilt pitcher.
Carson Fulmer was a dude who was one of
the
the biggest trade pieces for a second.
Yeah,
he's a
big
top
time
10 pick.
He's a big time sports baseball man.
Big time sports deal guy.
Yeah.
Remember Mark Appel? Remember that guy?
Oh yeah.
Shout out.
Big time flame out.
Is he dead?
No, I think that's
I think you're thinking of Jeremy Affelt.
Jeremy Affelt's not dead. Jeremy
like
Affelt lives in Texas.
Isn't Jeremy Affelt like not an American Hero World Series champion?
He's a little bit of both.
I think he got it with
Jeremy Affelt lives in the hill
crappy
country of San Antonio.
Who's the gentleman on the not Skaggs, but the other reliever who passed away on the Angels?
Oh, Aiden Hart.
Aiden Hart.
There you go.
What about him?
Yeah, he did.
That was the name I thought. That was the name that I said.
Nick Adenhart and Jeremy Affelt.
And I apologize to everyone because I didn't mean to be.
You should apologize to the Affelt family because they thought
Eric Yulo. You could find him.
No, that was not a good time to throw out the handle. Let's just let it ride. It doesn't matter anyway. I have like 100 followers. Let's just keep it rolling.
_LA.
Yeah. Stephen Mullins. Brooke should play for the Dodgers replacement team. Brooke, what position would you play for the Dodgers?
Be honest with you, dude.
Get wrecked.
I'm not tweeting that. That's for sure.
Be the reverse cowgirl. I don't know. I'd probably catch, honestly.
That's one of my favorite Kid Country. What's his name? Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi.
Kid Country. Max Money. Jeremy Affelt. It's been a tough go.
Your names are all irrelevant, guys. That's what I'm saying.
Anyways, I'd probably be a catcher because I don't know. I liked catching.
But are you good at framing?
I'm actually pretty good pitch framing. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't caught one.
Carnivorous Lunar Activity says, you guys still writing Matt Beatty? Listen, Matthew Thomas Beatty, he's a nice goddamn legend.
Okay.
That guy can just pop off the bench, go get hit by a pitch and get on base like nobody's business. He can get out there and just get a hit if ever allowed. He's one of the best Dodgers starters of the 2021 season. Problem was he was not allowed to start very much because Dave Roberts hates him and Stan Kasten hates him and other name Andrew Friedman hates him. Assumingly, no, I like Matt Beatty. We should talk to Matt Beatty about. Didn't they when they were in here like
Master Beatty
food? I think he makes a mean spaghetti or something like that. I forgot what he said all those years ago.
Didn't they hose him on his Super 2 eligibility?
They did.
Oh, yeah. Like by one day, Matthew Thomas Beatty misses his Super 2 eligibility. Man, remember back in those days when you had your real boy job and you had to like, hey, I want to do fun stuff. Could I not be there today?
I had to leave. Yeah, I had to leave work to go do that Matt Beatty interview.
Good times.
That was the real issue that day. I remember that.
Matt Beatty versus left-handed starters last year. This is only 37 plate appearances and OPS of 995.
Look at that.
Maybe you should start him.
But I heard.
I don't know where.
I heard he cannot hit left-handed pitching.
He had a 909. That was against starters. Against all left-handed pitchers, he had a 909 OPS.
It's almost like the man was born to play baseball.
His best position.
It's almost like the Hitman being his nickname means something.
Matt Beatty's best position is in the left-handed batter's box, just like he said. And that light's flickering, and it scares me. Anyways, I guess
I can't wait till he's on a team that'll play him.
Oh, that would be great.
So I'll be so happy for him.
Hey, what are your guys? I saw right here, inspired by Moose 1032 or 1032, my FM, on the YouTube. This is Lakers trying to get Phil Jackson. What's going on with this Phil Jackson talk? Is this a Genie bus?
They're not trying to get Phil
Is this
Jackson.
Genie still
Genie's
not
ex?
being able to let go of people from her past to help her guide the team?
Well, that's what the Bus family does. That's why the Rambuses are there. That's why Phil Jackson's there. That's why Rob Pelinka's there. That's why Magic's there. None of those people should be there.
The Bus family needs to sell the goddamn team.
Not one of those people are good at what they do, by the way. The only thing that they have is the fact that they're connected to that family and connected to Genie. And that's all it is. Rob Pelinka, terrible GM. You look at Magic, terrible advisor, or whatever the hell that he does. You look at Phil Jackson is a good coach, but I don't know what the hell he's doing behind the scenes. Doesn't make any sense. Also, the fact that LeBron hates Phil Jackson, by the way, probably doesn't sit well with the guy who already has a bad relationship with the team that's really struggling to keep their PR nightmares out of the media. That's my Lakers rant for the day. I hate the Lakers so much, man. I hate them. I wish Kyle Kuzma was... I don't wish he was back. I absolutely do not wish he was back, but I wish they were good so Kyle Kuzma would be sad.
Hey, rest in peace, Alex Caruso. I love you.
Oh, dude. I missed him, boy.
Guys, that's about it here on our live stream. Thanks for hanging out with us. We really hope at some point there's baseball because I would love to talk about baseball and players and things that are happening with the team. I mean, right now we could be talking about non-roster invites. We could talk about Matt Davidson pitching and whether or not he could be making the team as a pitcher.
Next week we should talk about our favorite recreational drugs. I don't know what else we're going to talk about at this point.
Norco.
If there's no baseball next week,
find us on the internet
ideas.
at DodgersNation.com. Subscribe to Blue Heaven on iTunes, Spotify, iHeart, everywhere your podcasts are available for free. We are there. If you have the ability to, leave a review. Do a 5-star rating or something, because why not? Do subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. You'll be glad you did. And Brooke will do a barrel roll, or he will shave off his mustache.
I won't do that.
One pluck at a time. Thank you.
It will come off from friction.
Thank you to Eric for. That's wrong. Thank you to Eric for being here and running the board, getting us some comments in here.
Well, you're actually running the board. I'm just the
But
monkey.
he's getting the
But I
comments.
appreciate the token gratitude.
It's just an expression. What the hell? That's not the right button. Apparently it decided to break. I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
It just broke.
Guys, I'm at BrokeMe3. This guy right here is Real Live RG. We're on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you guys for hanging out with us so much. We appreciate you guys for being here every single Monday. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your comments. Tell your mom to watch this episode. I think she's really going to like it. See you next week.
Bye.
Not your mom, Eric.